In my time spent so far out here on Rancho Del Arroyo, one thing I've noticed is that the new 16-gauge shotgun is a really good gun, but I question whether or not it's the best option for pheasants, so today we're going to test that out a bit. So of course we have the 16-gauge with us for comparison, we also have the 20-gauge with steel bird shot, and last but not least we have what I'm guessing might be the best in the 10-gauge lever action. So we're going to give them all a shot. It's going to be hard to do a proper side-by-side comparison test, but we'll do as best we can to make it fair and just kind of see which one does best. By the way, I've been told there is a fix for the 16-gauge not firing, and that's something I've talked about quite a lot, so I wanted to get that out of the way early on, because what I've been doing is hip firing, and obviously that is a bit of an issue because it'll often spook whatever we're trying to get. Apparently just tapping R, or I guess reload if it's a thing still and it's out on console, apparently that does fix it, and this is a beta build, so you never know if it's actually going to make it into release, but if that is an issue and if you've not seen it from anywhere else, evidently that can fix it, and if we can encounter it today and confirm that, that would be good. But I wanted to mention that early on since we are using the gun again. Now the way that we're going to approach this is pretty much try to get the same distance on our shots for every gun, and I want to rotate through them consistently because I think just using them in groups might make it difficult to compare. And we see this on occasion where, when they go defensive, whistling doesn't seem to actually flush them. I wanted to get a shot off before it got into the brush, and it was only the third one that hit it there. It definitely didn't bring it down very quick. We'll see if we can get that one too, just since it's there. That, I think, went a little better. But what I really want to know is, when it comes to distance and then getting those quick shots off, what really is our best option? And then, it does actually matter how far they're going to fly. I don't think either of those even died. One finally just did. I hope it was the rooster. Now, it really doesn't matter, rooster or hen. I guess it was just there in front of us. The rooster went down too. I hear something. There's one right over in there. Not sure if it was rooster or hen, but it was kind of far away, so we'll worry about that in a moment. But this is kind of what I was going to get at. It does matter how far they go, because it can be difficult to actually recover them. I think I see blood, so we should be good. But just when it comes to the 20 gauge, it could have an advantage just because it's the fastest firing, but if they go that far consistently, it just wouldn't be worth it in my opinion. There is another rooster flying over top of us. We'll see what this is. Another decent one. Maybe that was a coincidence. I had a kind of feeling that the 10 gauge might be the best. That was kind of a decent one. We hit it with, what does that say, 7 pellets. It's not like we hit anything crazy. The distance was kind of close, so we'll have to kind of test on our next cycle through when we get a chance with the 10 gauge again. But I like what I saw from that, and then the other rooster should be somewhere right in here. Now, to give the 20 gauge the benefit of the doubt, it was a farther shot, 40 meters, and in fact, one pellet actually hit it. It was a gold, which is kind of nice. We don't have a common mounted yet. We have molting and gray, I think, so maybe we'll put together another multi-mount by the time we're done with this, but yeah, I guess we should give the 20 gauge another proper try, but it certainly didn't have the best showing there. That, I think, is another molting one. We'll have to try to hang with it here. Should be able to get that. I'm not 100% sure if any of those hit, actually. I hope they did. There kind of was just a not too good spot here to encounter them. I don't see any hunting pressure, so I'm guessing that one got away. We can still try to get the hen. I kind of struggled. One of those shots before the last one hit it, I'm not actually sure which, but sometimes the aiming in the 16 gauge seems a little bit difficult, and I'm not even sure exactly what the issue is. I hear one of them. I guess kind of running that way, so maybe we're not going to actually get a shot here. We can kind of follow and see, but yeah, there's no actual hunting pressure from the molting one, so I guess we'll follow it and see if we can maybe get it with the 20 gauge. I don't want to just assume that the issues we've had with the 16 gauge are entirely the gun, so we'll definitely have to fire it more, but I kind of do feel like the shot placement with the other guns, maybe it's just been luck of the pheasants that we get to shoot at, but it's not been nearly as difficult. We got both of those with the 20 gauge. Now, closer shots for sure, and actually that wasn't even the same one, so don't know where the molting one got to, but I'm not too worried since it was a smaller one. So again, we're up to the 10 gauge as far as kind of going through them, and I really want to make sure this time we get kind of like a farther shot, because the 10 gauge looked really good on that first go through, but it may have been just the range. I'm pretty sure that a bobcat actually causes pheasant to go defensive, and we'll have to kind of run close to it to get it to flush, and we'll still get to test out the 10 gauge, but I reset the time because of a max weight pheasant track, and I just simply could not find it. So I'm hoping maybe by firing a shot here, we may get to see the rooster. Missed that shot. That one we hit. It's still going down kind of slow, and I don't see any sign of any other pheasants, so maybe as we go up through here, he could have been kind of spooked and went defensive as well, and that might explain why he didn't flush, but I'm certain this is his zone, and hopefully we can figure out where he is, because it seems like there's not many max weight tracks, so I know he has a common. We'll check literally everything, and actually I hear a couple flying past. Those are both hens though. I do have to say, this hen got pretty far, although I guess comparatively, one pellet, I'm pretty sure it died in the air still. Like, I don't think it landed and ran around like the other ones obviously did from the 20 gauge. So I guess that is an upgrade. That's a different pheasant, not even the molting one. So I'm still not sure where that one is, but I'm kind of determined to find that. As we continue to kind of search, I figure we'll continue with also testing the shotguns. So once again, oh, there's the glitch. And I think the glitch actually might have something to do with a chambered round. That's not our rooster, but it's a different one. Got a bunch of pheasants running around here, but I just cannot even find that 2 to 3 kg track again, let alone actually spot him to figure out what level he is. I really do want to get it, but I'm glad at the very least we got to see that glitch and see hitting the reload button actually fixing it, so good to know. That won't be the same one that we just saw run past, surely, so I guess we're gonna go up there. I find it just about as effective to run through and see if they'll go defensive and then kind of run up on them and spook them as I do just sneaking up on them, so hopefully this works. That is not the one. 20 gauge did pretty well that time though. A lot of times one shot kind of gets a bunch to flush, but no such luck there. I do hear one. That is, you know what? That's the molting one. Definitely it the second time. We have another one here. Just a hen. We're definitely kind of deleting zones. That completely missed. We'll see if we can get that when it goes back to flush, assuming that it will. But yeah, we deleted the zone of the max track anyway. I like when we get the aim just right and immediately drop them. At this point, I don't think it's a bad thing to kind of start taking out, especially the roosters, just to have a better chance when we hear a warning call, basically, to have it be the bigger one, because I don't really know exactly where he got to, but we should have a couple laying around here. I will say this guy actually has me wondering if the bigger one's around, because this is kind of the one we were chasing when I initially got that track, and then I think somewhere straight out this way is the first time we shot yet. There's another rooster. That actually might be our one. It is, and it's a 3. And I think we got it. We did. Whoa. That happened so fast. So, I was getting ready to somewhat lament the fact that there were so many pheasants around there that it kind of got us messed up and I completely lost track of that hen, but I really don't care. Let us right to the level 3 real quick. That's kind of far. I wanted to try. Once they start to land, they're tough to hit. I wanted to see if we could do that, but this here, I think will be level 3 actually. It might be the hen that we kind of needed, so that worked out well. That one was hit with the 16 gauge, and actually so was the level 3 here, so I don't know if level 3 pheasants control. We'll see what we have here for this guy though. And he's a 21.1 diamond, so pretty good size. Shot with the 16 gauge. So there's a thing we've been doing for a long time, and naturally this one doesn't really count for it, but I've been trying to get a diamond with every single weapon, and to this point in the live game, we have that, but we'll need a diamond with the 16 gauge at some point. And I kind of wish this would be like the official one, because it actually happened in a pretty cool way, but quite honestly, after, I don't know how many pheasants we've shot, close to like maybe 15-ish today, I don't have like a super clear winner. I feel like in different scenarios, all of them have their advantages and disadvantages. The 16 gauge is almost a combination of the 10 gauge and the 20 gauge, because the 20 gauge is the fastest, the 10 gauge is the most powerful, and the 16 gauge has the fast action, the biggest capacity, and still some decent power in there. But I think for me, after I get a diamond with the 16 gauge, regardless of what that diamond is, I most likely am going to carry the 10 gauge because I want that added knockdown power for maybe longer shots or just shots where we don't have the best hit. But we're going to go back to the trophy lodge. I certainly didn't think we'd be doing that today, but we mounted one male earlier, and then of course we'll have to throw our diamond in there. I can't wait though to have that exact experience, but in the live game, because of course there can only be so much adrenaline when a max level animal shows up on the kind of early access build, because we don't get to keep this. That said, I was still super like shocked and excited to see that level 3 come up, and just this kind of stuff. Multi-mounts for the really small animals on these specific platforms, in my opinion, have so much potential to just really make the lodges so much better, and probably for multi-mounts such as this, a diamond and a rare would be better, but for now just kind of two commons to see them side by side, and I'm just so looking forward to getting to do this once again when the map is officially released. But anyway, that is officially going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.